Hallo Corinna.
Hallo, wie geht es?
Gut.
We are very happy to have you here today in this beautiful marathon. So, as a musician, how do you understand your role right now? This lockdown moved us away from stages and venues. Concerts have been cancelled or postponed. It seems we can't produce art anymore. Is this true?
I think, first of all, art will find its way anyway. But the interesting point is that we have to deal with a pandemic situation, and the politics are trying to solve this kind of problem. It affects us all, so to say, in the art world. Beside the economic problems, which some people have real problems, and we find ourselves in a sort of extreme situation. But on the other hand, there are some interesting things happening, like saying suddenly we have a lot of time. Suddenly, the air in Frankfurt has never been so good. There are no airplanes. It was completely calm. It's now coming back. Life is coming back. And I talked also to students what they are doing and what they are dealing with. We are confronted with ourselves, with our own situation. And I think it's for many people, or at least for me, it's an interesting point to reflect my own situation. I think art will go on. People are so creative, it will go on. But it's a very special situation. Another aspect is the experience of boredom. I think boredom, Langeweile, a beautiful word in German, is something which in the pedagogic context, it's discussed for a long time that sometimes you need this kind of boredom to get a new impulse. What we are just now experience also is a forced boredom, so to say. Of course, it's forced. For me, it's a very interesting moment also to realize this. I can experience this kind of feeling to have boredom and to find yourself in a new situation and ask yourself, what are you interested in? What do you want to do? What are you dealing with? What does interest you? And especially also with students, I was saying, okay, now suddenly you have 8 hours time. So what are you doing? Boredom as a creative impulse, I think, is a very important thing.
The democratic structure of the Ensemble Modern is still something unique. Why is it like this, and how do you manage to stay together after 40 years of activity, of successful activity? By the way, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you for the birthday wishes. Yes, 40 years of Ensemble Modern. The biggest idea, you need structure and you have to be really pragmatic. I have to say we have an artistic manager, Christian Fausch. We have organized the ensemble like we have this board with 3 people. We have these committees. We have an office of 10 people who are working for us. And the meetings we have are very structurized. Speaking time is limited. It's very fast to come to decisions. So you have to really organize these things. Basic democratic is a word, it sounds very old-fashioned. You have this thinking of 30 people sitting in a room smoking and drinking and shouting, and it's absolutely not like this. It became very practical, very efficiency and very organized. The main thing, which is the secret of this, is what I call transparency. And the transparency means the communication between ensemble composers, conductors, and producers must be transparent in any direction. This evokes results which are surprising, not always very good. There is no guarantee for things which are okay. So you still have to try it, but for the feeling within the ensemble, it's a very special thing that you know why you are on stage and you know some stories behind, you know how programs developed. Sometimes you don't know everything, but if you want to know something, you have access to any information you want to. And this kind of transparency, I think, is still something in the ensemble which is very present and which gives us a special feeling when we work.
And how did you deal with this special situation?
We are in the middle of the process. Our artistic manager, Christian Fausch, is doing an amazing job to get something out that the ensemble can survive, let's say, the next half year. It's a very critical situation, but he's very effective on it. He gives us always an update, sometimes every 5 days or 6 days, because he doesn't want to push all the bad news at once on it. It's always combined with some good news. And he's working very hard with our board, which is done by 3 people. He's on the phone the whole day, and they are calculating, and the office is calculating, and he reduced the amount of work in the office. Everybody has to go, does this home office, but we have regular meetings, and we are informed all the time about the state of the situation. Also politics now in Germany, and also other people from the cultural scene, suddenly they understand that when we say the Ensemble Modern is a very fragile thing, we always said this, because many people tell us, you are subsidized and you get all this money, and it's not true. This ensemble is very fragile and it can break down very easily. We were very shocked for 10 days. There was sort of a completely shock. We just got emails from, okay, this is canceled. But in the background, Christian Fausch immediately, together with our board, they said, okay, we have to do this kind of online presentations, and we have to be connected to so-called outside world. And Christian immediately organized this live stream format, and he organized the people, and we all agreed, and everybody brought in his ideas. And now we're doing this live streaming and this individual videos. We have 2 concepts, and I think now we will go on to do some concerts we will bring online in the next 8 weeks or so. Some small concerts we had in Frankfurt, small in terms of that they are in Frankfurt, they are a special format anyway, so we can put them easily online. Actually, this is the one side of reaction. We thought, okay, what can we do by being still sort of present? But this is a general reflection for everybody. Everybody does this now.
By the way, in relation to what you said just before, right now in Italy as well, there's a big topic about live streaming concerts as a possibility for future concerts. What do you think about this tool and in its relation with analogic concerts? How do you see the next future?
First of all, it's a reflex. We're just acting by even not knowing. Instead of going to rehearsal, I sit at home and learn Final Cut. How to make movies on Final Cut, and you found yourself in a very quick, in a new situation. You are reacting very quick. You are doing things, and there is this sort of need that everybody thinks we have to be somehow still present on the market. And I think there are a lot of unsolved questions. Of course, for now it's fine, but also we learn, what does a picture tell? What does a sound from an iPhone tell you? What is this one-sided communication process that there is just a screen and you get information from the screen? And I think there's many interesting aspects to find out what is the good thing about, what is the interesting thing about it? What is a good thing about a concert? What are we doing when we are going to a concert? And I think there is a chance now to rethink the analog concert as a social event, as a point where you exchange, where you meet actually people. When you look back to your own career, mostly the key points of building a network are these moments of concerts. Either you are playing yourself or you are going there. It's sort of where people connect, where people reflect, and where people set new levels of thinking and new thoughts and so. And I think this combination of being online and analog will become very interesting. In many ways, I like the aspect of being digital or online. I think we are just in the beginning. For future, I can imagine that we can be amazing things to experience. On the information side, it's a very helpful tool, but it can be also distracting and time consuming to deal with this online things. As far as I know, for instance, for teaching also, it's very interesting. We still don't know exactly what is the outcome of it, but it does something when you teach online, when you communicate with people online. I think we will rediscover the analog world in a different way.
I've already seen this beautiful series of the on-air concerts. Sound quality, video quality is very high, and I'm really enjoying the concert like I could be there with you. Can you say something? How did you organize everything so fast?
Yeah, it was luck, and actually Christian, Christian and our board, they reacted on this very quickly. They said we need this online presence, and there is this company very near, and they work for us since 3 years already. They do all the small clips, and we say, okay, here's the deal. Our Dachsaal is empty. You just set up your thing and you leave it there. So it's our Dachsaal now. It's changed. It's a permanent sound, music, audio, film studio, and it gets every time a little bit better. Every time we bring in one mic more and one amplifier here, and even there we learn. This was Christian Fausch, and he just did it. He was amazing, incredible quick. So I think sometimes it's, and I'm very happy that we have this kind of dynamic range. When you have an idea, sometimes you need a long breath to bring this idea to a result or whatever. And on the other hand, we trust also our manager. And it's very important that sometimes we can be quick, and we can trust. You have to trust your management, that they can react on a situation like this very quickly. And we are very thankful for this, that he suddenly made so quick. He said, no, here's the setup, and now you are in charge to use it. So be quick and be informal. Thank you. And I hope you are well.
Thank you, Rainer. It was a great pleasure. Bye-bye.
Tschüss.
Tschüss. Ciao.